Hi guys, we're going to do something a little different tonight with the video. For those that don't know me, my name's Eric. I went through the Lourdes surgical program back in 2017. Shelly asked me if I could come to the virtual meeting the other night, but I couldn't make it, so I thought I'd try something, maybe the next best thing. In just a minute, I'm going to go strap myself into that machine back there and go flying. Take you guys with me and have a conversation on the way. See you in just a minute. Alright, let's just watch the stock for a second and wait for our opportunity. I think we're pretty good as is. Not the smoothest takeoff, but oh, we got some wind tonight. We got some wind tonight. Holy shit. Oh, getting some bumps. Bumpy. We might not stay up tonight, I don't know. Anyway, let's try and have a little conversation for you. So like I said in the introduction, here, let's retract my landing gear first. So like I said in my introduction, my name's Eric. I went through the Lourdes bariatric program in 2017. Let's see. I was always a big guy. I mean, I was a big kid my whole life. I mean, I was like 300 pounds when I graduated high school. You know, many times I said I wanted to do something about it, but I just never did. It was just never the right time in my life. I never had the motivation, the conviction to do anything. In my late 20s, I got sick. I got a disease called sarcoidosis, and the treatment for that was essentially just years of prednisone. I was on steroids more than I was off of them, and I just ballooned up. I just gained and gained and gained and gained, and just never could do anything about it. The highest weight I ever saw on a scale was 489 pounds. You know, when you're that big, the only scales that can weigh you are at the hospital. So, I mean, I tell people I was 500 pounds. I probably was. But it got to the point where, I mean, I just sat at home. I did nothing. I just always felt sick and I hurt, like, I didn't want to die, man. I mean, that was the thing. I didn't want to die. So, my circumstances changed. I was living in Virginia. I had to move home. And I think it was the best thing I ever could have done. I came here. I got new doctors, better insurance. I mean, just everything just got better for me. I got into the Lourdes program. I had already lost some weight on my own. I was down to like 415 pounds when I started the program. I had my surgery in November 2017. And you know, at first, if I'm being 100% honest, when I first started, like just meeting the nutritionist and going through all the steps, I was not being honest with anybody, myself included. You know, portion size was just out of control, you know, just doing everything wrong and just not being honest with myself or anybody about it. And, you know, it was a few months before surgery, and something finally just clicked in my head that, you know what, I'm doing this. I'm changing my life. It's not just about losing the weight. It's changing your life. So I had my surgery, and let me tell you, that first year, the weight just melted off. I followed the directions exactly. I mean, the first 6 months, I was probably getting like, I don't know, 800 calories a day, maybe. I just was barely eating anything. And it worked, man. You follow the directions, and it worked. You know, so I lost all the weight, and kind of my reward for myself, I'd always wanted to go skydiving my whole life, but, you know, when you're obese, you just can't. There's weight limits. So at the end of that first year, I made myself vacation plans. I went down to Florida, went to Busch Gardens, went to the beach. Most importantly, I went skydiving. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, had a great time, but I found myself enjoying the flight on the canopy more than the actual free fall. So I came home and I started looking into flying a paramotor, and that's what I'm doing today. You can see my wing up there. I'm just cruising along. So anyway, I get back, you know, and I'd lost pretty much all my weight at that point. I think I was like 200 pounds. I started being a lot more active in general. I mean, I was walking every single day, getting my 10,000 steps, doing a lot of work. I live across the street from my mother now, so trying to do a lot of work for Mom and just repay some of what she's done for me over the years. And the more and more I did, you know, I was feeling great. I had the energy, I had the weight off, but my body hurt. I ended up, my hips were just full of arthritis and messed up from the years of the prednisone. And just this past year, this past December and March, I had both my hips replaced. You can see on my takeoff, I'm still flying on wheels here, just because I don't quite have the strength to try and run to do a foot launch on this machine yet. But you know what? I get to fly. And I guess what I'm trying to say with talking about the whole flying thing is, whatever you want to do, if you put your mind to it, commit, change your life. I mean, it's not as easy as saying, oh, I'm going to have the surgery and lose weight. No. They tell you the surgery is a tool, and it is, but it's not a tool to lose weight. It's a tool to change your life. You know, if you're anything like me, you know, portion control, sweets, boredom eating, just doing everything wrong, that tool will help you. And in that first year, you can really, really reprogram your brain, reprogram your habits. And by the end of it, like, I don't even miss anything. You know, I do still have a sweet tooth, but you know, I had the sleeve surgery, so I don't have dumping. If I want to eat a little bit of something sweet, that's no problem. I can eat whatever I want. It's just all about moderation now, right? So instead of going and eating a pint of ice cream, I might eat, you know, a few spoonfuls or something, and that pint will last me a week. You know, it's common sense. It's the things that everybody else knows how to do right, and I never did. And the surgery gave me the opportunity to learn how to do those things right. To eat better, portion control. I mean, I can't just stress how huge that was for me, portion control. But like I said, it's not saying you're going to lose the weight. It's saying you're going to change your life. I'm going to go back to work. I'm going to be more active. I'm going to fly a paramotor. I'm going to be alive to see my kids grow up. I don't have kids, but I'm just saying, like, whatever your reason is, find your reason. If you're not motivated, if you are not 100% committed to this, you're not going to have the success that I had. To talk about that success, the lowest I ever got, I got all the way down to like 172 pounds. I really wasn't too happy at that weight. I thought I looked pretty sickly. I was just really, really skinny. Let me get a little more altitude here. And then, you know, in the last year, COVID happened. I got the new hip. I put on a few pounds. I'm about where I want to be right now. I think I'm like 193. 185 I think would be my ideal, but I'm maintaining. And like I said, it's developing those good habits. And if you develop those good habits, you'll have no trouble maintaining whatsoever. I don't eat out very often, but I can go out to eat. I order small portions and I don't finish them. So what? If I'm enjoying what I'm eating, I don't care if I wasted some money and threw some food away. What does it matter? One other thing I'd like to talk about, I'm just rambling on. You can feel free to stop watching this anytime you want. I'm sailing over the town of Triangle here. I lost my train of thought. I really did lose my train of thought. Anyway, yeah, if you're still watching, just, some of the things that I hear other people talk about, some of the questions I've been asked over the years, one of the things I get a lot is, people that as soon as they hear you had the surgery, they think, well, that was cheating, that was the easy way out. I don't let that get to me, and I know everybody's different, and that's going to get to some people more than others. Here's the thing. I didn't do surgery for anyone else. I did it for me. I did it to stay alive. I did it to have a life that I could enjoy and be happy. If somebody wants to think something negative, to hell with them. Let them think what they want to think. They haven't walked a mile in my shoes. They have no idea. The thing people say is it's cheating, or you took the easy way out. Well, here's a question for you. If somebody's a heroin addict, do you tell them they took the easy way out because they went to rehab? No. I used a tool that was available at my disposal to help better myself. I'm looking for a piece of property that a neighbor of mine bought up here, but I'm not really sure where it is. So I think I might turn around and see how smooth it is in the other direction. But I'll keep talking with you. Let's see, what other question? What are some things that are just totally different now from when I was big that I never expected? For one, you can walk into a store and buy clothes off the shelf. How many years had it been since I could do that, And it's the small little things at first, I told a friend of mine that I used to fear sitting in chairs that I wasn't familiar with, right? Like I'd go to somebody's house or I'd go to a restaurant and I'd go to sit in a chair and I'd have to inspect that chair because I didn't know if it was going to hold me, right? Like when you're that big, I broke more than one chair in my life, It's embarrassing. The first time I went somewhere, after I lost the weight, I went out to eat with a family friend, and I found myself sitting in the chair, and I'm like, oh, is this chair going to hold me? Of course it's going to hold me. I'm not the same person I used to be. Getting in and out of the car easier. You can get on an airplane and fit in the seat and not have to buy 2 seats. I don't know. There's not an easy secret to my success. People always want to know the secret. I mean, the surgery was the secret, obviously. But there's no easy answer that just says, do this and you'll be successful, right? Follow the directions in the binder. Be honest with yourself. Don't eat extra. Don't go out eating junk food. Like, make the most of that first year and learn how to eat healthy. learn how to get your protein, learn how to stay hydrated. I do still have issues staying hydrated, like especially this time of year, if I'm out all day in the sun, working, cutting firewood, mowing lawns. You know, I'm honest, I don't drink enough. And I do occasionally get cramps in my legs at night. And you know, you can take potassium supplements, that helps. But it's always a work in progress. That work gets a lot easier. I mean, I don't count my calories anymore. You know, I really don't pay too much attention to what I'm eating. I don't eat until I'm full, till I'm stuffed. I do have some sensation of fullness, but it's not like it was before surgery. But you know, I put out on my plate what I think is an appropriate portion, and I eat it. I don't go back for seconds. You know, it's about being satisfied. It's not about being stuffed or full. That took a little while to learn, especially early on, because early on you don't really have a whole lot of sensation about being full or not full. I don't know, what else can I talk about? You know, you guys can ask me any questions on Facebook. I'll respond as best I can. I mean, like I said, there's not always a straightforward, easy answer. Like, tell me the secret. Well, there isn't one. It's just learning how to eat the way human beings are supposed to eat, and not the way I always did. But look at me up here. You know, at some point in this video, I'll put a couple pictures in. Maybe I'll do it right now. I don't have a lot of pictures from when I was real big, but I do have a few. I'll put a couple in to show you guys. The fact that I can go from that to this, hanging in the sky from a piece of fabric, it's just unbelievable. I mean, I have to give Dr. Palapathu and the rest of the staff there at Lourdes a lot of credit. Granted, it's a completely different staff now than from when I went through, but they know what they're doing. He's an amazing surgeon. The staff there knows what they're doing. If you need help, they're always there to answer your questions. If you need to go to the support groups and talk to some people. I mean, I never really did. I personally kind of did everything here on my own in terms of the surgery. I didn't have much, you know, family support or anything. It's not like anybody was out against me or anything like that. I just pretty much did things on my own. But there's always help if you need it. You know, you can go to the Facebook support group for Lourdes. You can do the support group meetings, whether they go back to being in person or they're virtual. You know, you can go online, you can go on Reddit. There's groups on there you can talk to. There's always people willing to try and help you. I wish everybody could have the same success that I've had. If I can help inspire somebody, you know, I'm not going to tell everybody to come fly a paramotor. It's a hell of a lot of fun. I love flying every chance I get. Even, you know, tonight's a little bumpy. It's not too bad, but there's been a few bumps. But, I mean, I'm up here every night I can now that I've got my new machine. It is just absolutely glorious flying. This experience, being a normal-sized person, getting to do things I never in a million years imagined I'd be able to do. But, let's see, some other topics that people always ask. Oh, the loose skin. I can't really show you too much right now because got my hands full and I'm strapped in. I do have some loose skin, especially on my belly, and my legs, my thighs. But you know what? I would rather have that skin any day of the week than go back to what I used to be. You know, there's surgical options for the skin. I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford that, but it's always there as an option. but I can hide it fairly well. You know, you wear a little bit of a looser fitting shirt, and I realize for women things are different. I feel bad for you guys, some of what you got to go through, but, you know, don't worry about the skin. You'll feel better. The skin is the last thing to worry about. Your clothes will fit better. You'll have more energy. You'll sleep better. You know, I used to have high blood pressure. That's gone. I have palpitations. They used to be really, really, really bad. They've gotten better. I got my new hips. I'm feeling great. I probably need a new knee at some point in time, but we'll worry about that in the future. But really, like I said, you do the work and things are going to go your way. A lot of people ask, you know, which surgery should you get? The doctors have their opinions. I kind of had the choice, but he steered me towards sleeve because of my history needing prescription steroids. My personal opinion, having experienced the sleeve and talked to other people, I really do think that which surgery you get has much less of an impact on your success than your commitment and your effort. So, you know, if you're kind of torn in between the two, you know, talk to the surgeon, talk to the staff. They've done this hundreds, if not thousands of times. They're going to know exactly what direction to point. The sleeve worked great for me. I beat the statistics by a long shot in terms of how much I would lose, how fast I would lose. They do say for both surgeries, most people put a few pounds back on, and I did. I'm not blaming COVID or my hips or anything like that, but you know, I'm pretty much right where I want to be. I'm happy. I'm heading back here to land. I got to keep my flight short for right now because I'm still breaking in my new engine, so I'm heading back to my my field to land here. But we had a nice little flight to Triangle and back. I don't really know what else to say. I think I tried to cover most of the topics. You know, like I said, if anybody, pre-op, post-op, anybody at all has any questions, just reach out to me on the Facebook group. I will answer anything I possibly can. You know, if you'd rather keep things private, you can message me privately. That's fine too. Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, had a nice little flight here tonight. Hopefully the video comes out okay. Hopefully I don't make anybody motion sick or anything like that. I kept it a real calm, nice, smooth flight here tonight. I think I am going to head back though. It is getting a little bit bumpy. There's some clouds building out there to the north and west, and I can feel the winds actually picking up a little bit up here. So yeah, we'll just get back to the field. If you have any questions about flying, if this is something that interests you, we can talk about that. I mean, I don't know. What do you want to hear? Just don't be scared. We can, last couple minutes here. When you have your surgery, yeah, those first few days in the hospital are going to suck. I won't lie, the first 2 or 3 days are really going to suck. It's not going to feel good. You're going to have gas pain. The pre-op or the post-op, the 2-week diet there, it's going to suck. You're going to want to eat something. Your stomach's going to hurt. It takes time. But here's the thing. By the time you're a year out and you've lost a whole bunch of weight, you're not going to remember any of that. There is really nothing to be afraid of. And you know, if you're in my position and you find out you need new hips or something like that, it's the same thing. You know, there might be a little bit of time, a few days, a week, where it doesn't feel great and there's some pain, but it's all worth it in the end. You'll move on, you'll go on with your life, and everything will just be better. Just follow follow the guidelines in the binder. Ooh, bump, 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 bump. You put in the work, you'll succeed, and it'll be the best thing you ever did for yourself. I'm going to stop talking and come in for a landing here, and hopefully the wind doesn't toss me around too much, and we can get maybe close to the tractor here. All right, let's commit. Motor off. All right, let's start the flare a little bit. Slow us down, slow us down, slow us down. And not a horrible landing. I can't figure out how to get the lines to come down without snagging on the helmet, but that's okay. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this little video. I know it's not what you normally would get with the support group meetings or anything else with the weight loss program, but hey, it's something different. You don't get to see people flying these things every day, and I thought somebody might enjoy that. And I know that very first support group that I went to in 2017, and I saw some people that were years out of surgery. They looked amazing. They were healthy. They were happy. And that really kind of inspired me, because if they can do it, I can do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. So if you're just starting the program, if you're going into surgery soon, I wish you the best of luck. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. And look forward to maybe meeting some of you if they ever go back to in-person groups. Maybe I'll make an appearance sometime. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed. Have a good night. Peace.